On 106 FM, DAB and online, this is Jack FM.
Jordan, we need to talk. We need to talk.
I mean, that is our job, to talk on the radio, yes? Good morning, Ian.
What happened to you overnight? We need to talk about the madness that I think now is going on. People queuing for how long?
9 hours.
Right, we need to talk about this because this is not normal behaviour, and I'm trying to do it as respectfully as I can. Right, this is not normal behaviour. A few things that I've found out in the last couple of minutes. The BBC are live streaming the coffin. Did you know this?
Yeah, and Sky are.
So you can go to BBC iPlayer, Sky, Q+, whatever it's called, and you can watch the coffin.
And watch people walking past.
Watch people walking past. So you can do that. That, to me, is crazy. Show the procession. Show the service. By all means, do that, please. But live streaming the coffin, that's not normal, right? And the people queuing for 9.5 hours. Listen, if you're one of those people, or you have a relative who's one of those people, I am begging you. I'm trying to understand it. I was thinking about it a lot. When I drove home yesterday, because Jack stops broadcasting at 10 a.m. and then doesn't start till Trevor at 3. It's just silence. It's the tone. It's just embrace on a loop for 5 hours. So so I listened to James O'Brien, and their reporter Theo Usher was there, and it was, first of all, it all kicked off in the queue because the people at the front bagsied their places. Then they went into St Thomas's Hospital to keep warm overnight, and then they came back. And everyone who was behind them kicked off and said, well, you can't do that. That's not in the spirit of queuing. And it's not. That's not how British people should queue. 9.5 hours.
Speaking of queuing, I did see yesterday somebody had put the picture of the queue on, and they said, this is what Britain's been training for, this longest queue in the world. It's like, come on, Britain, we can do it.
The thing is, though, if you stay in that queue for that coffin, they're going to open another queue for another coffin, and you go into that queue, and then the first one starts moving again. Hey, am I right, guys? Here's what I think they should do, right? There's two alternatives. I think they should have fast tracks, like at Legoland. You can buy a fast track. It's expensive, 75 quid, but it means there's like another shorter little thing. Or also, what people want to do, just go, undertakers. Just go in there and look at a coffin. Wait outside the undertakers for 2 hours, and then just go in and look at a coffin. I genuinely don't get it. Thank you, Jordan. Thank you very much. Speak to your half-past. I genuinely don't get it, right? If someone could explain it to me, the psychology behind it. I think we've gone a little bit. Soft in the head. I really do. I think this has had a huge impact on some people. Some people will find what I'm saying really, really offensive and disrespectful. I'm trying to couch it in as soft a language as possible. It is free speech, and I'm not criticising these people. I just don't think it's normal, and I don't think it's right. 01865 575 106 is the telephone number. If you can explain that. Also, we haven't got a young person for 7:40. So if you've got a young person, if you own a young person between 5 and 12 ages, not time, and they want to come on for a nice little chat, nothing snarky, just a lovely little chat to find out how they're getting on, then let me know. Hello, caller.
Good morning. I am at the back of the queue for the coffin.
Okay.
I went out for a dog walk and just found myself at the end of it. I am in Stevenage, so it might be a while.
Wow, it's stretched back. Update your news, Jordan. It's stretching back to Stevenage. Are you sure it's the right queue? You're not stood outside a post office or anything?
No, everyone's queuing down the train tracks.
Oh, flipping
all the way to King's Cross.
Wowzers. Well, listen, can I ask why you're doing it?
Well, because I was out for a dog walk and I've ended up in it.
Very sensible.
I'm British, so I have to queue.
Well, thank you very much, caller. I don't think you're allowed to take dogs in there, by the way, so make sure you tie it up outside, all right?
Will do.
Thank you very much indeed. 01865... We're getting in so much trouble today. 01865 575 106. Iain Lee's A Rude Awakening, every weekday from 7 on Jack FM.
Iain Lee's Rude Awakening, the episodic breakfast show. It's a serial, you see. 106 Jack FM.
Feeling my way through the darkness, guided by a beating heart. I can't tell where the journey will end, but I know where to start. They tell me I'm too young to understand. They say I'm caught up in a dream. Well, life will pass me by if I don't open up my eyes, so that's fine by me. So wake me up when it's all over, when I'm wiser and I'm older. All this time I was finding myself and I didn't know I was lost. So wake me up when it's all over, when I'm wiser and I'm older. All this time I was finding myself and I didn't know I was lost. I tried carrying the weight of the world, but I only have two hands. Hope I get the chance to travel the world, but I don't have any plans. Wish that I could stay forever this young, not afraid to close my eyes. Life's a game made for everyone, and love is the prize. So wake me up when it's all over, when I'm wiser and I'm older. All this time I was finding myself and I didn't know I was lost. So wake me up when it's all over, when I'm wiser and I'm older. All this time I was finding myself and I didn't know I was lost. 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 I didn't know.
Oh man. I'm watching Queen Elizabeth II's lying in state, right? I can see the coffin. I can see the people walking past. Suddenly, you remember when Big Brother used to live stream on E4? This is better than that. It's fascinating. If you're a fan of human... I take it all back. Watching this is incredible. If you're a fan of human psychology, have a look. If you're a fan of judging people, have a look. Because it's amazing. People are bowing. A lady curtsied. One lady went past in floods of tears. One woman was wearing a skirt that I thought was too short. Honestly, this is your mission today, right? Listen to this show on jackfm.co.uk or say, here we go, I like this, Alexa, play Jack FM. That's upset everybody. And then watch the Queen lying in state. It's remarkable, actually. I take some of what I said earlier back. It really is incredible.
Iain Lee's Rude Awakening is fortified with vitamins and iron. Potentially. 106 Jack FM.
She did ballet. What more can I say? He wanted her, she'd never tell. Secretly she wanted him as well. And all of the friends stuck up their nose, and they had a problem with his baggy clothes. He was a skater boy, she said see you later boy. He wasn't good enough for her. She had a pretty face, but her head was up in space. She needed to come back down to earth. 5 years from now, she sits at home, feeding the baby, she's all alone. She turns on TV, guess who she sees? Skater boy rocking up MTV. She calls up her friends, they already know, and they've all got tickets to see his show. She tags along and stands in the crowd, looks up at the man that she turned down. He was a skater boy, she said see you later boy. He wasn't good enough for her. Now he's a superstar, slamming on his guitar. Did your pretty face see what he's worth? He was a skater boy, she said see you later boy. He wasn't good enough for her. Now he's a superstar, slamming on his guitar. Did your pretty face see what he's worth? Sorry girl, but you missed out. Well, tough luck, that boy's mine now. We are more than just good friends, and this is how the story ends. Too bad that you couldn't see the man that boy could be. There is more than meets the eye. I see the soul that is.
Strange times we're living in, right? Really
He's just a
strange.
boy, and I'm just a girl. Can I make it any more obvious? We are in love.
Do you ever, like, when the Queen was live, did you ever go, I wonder what the Queen's doing right now? I did a lot. Paul McCartney and the Queen, I'd go, I wonder what they're doing right now. And now I'm thinking, I wonder if the Queen ever heard, by accident, Skater Boy by Avril Lavigne. I'm not being disrespectful. These are the thoughts that come into my head sometimes. My brain is a genius. 01865 575 106. Would love to speak to a young person between 5 and 12 years old today. As I reached out to a couple of people, they didn't get back. That's their prerogative. Isn't it funny that prerogative is PR? Isn't it? Is it prerogative? Prerogative. We'll find out after this. Morning. You know that vibe we had yesterday? I think that vibe is going to continue today. I listened to a clip of yesterday's show, and I shout a lot, man. I shout too much. You know, we do this thing with kids. I don't think we're going to get one today. If you have a 5 to 12-year-old who wants to come on just for a little chat, then let me know. 01865 575 106. I put up on my YouTube channel, youtube.com/Iain Lee. Whoa, hang on. I ordered a sofa bed yesterday, right? Because I got private practice now. I'm a counsellor. And I'm doing my counselling online, but I want to do it at home as well. So private practice, imagine. So I've ordered a sofa bed, right? Because sofas, you need people to sit on. And I ordered the wrong colour. I ordered salmon pink. Salmon pink. and I want grey. Obviously, I'm not a pervert. And I'm trying to cancel the order. Well, we're not sure we can cancel it. I made the order at 8 o'clock last night. Not sure we can cancel it. And now I'm in a live chat with a gentleman called Jose. Jose, can you cancel this? No. Can I change the colour? No. Nicholas in the YouTube chat is asking, is it a 3 or a 2-seater sofa bed? It's a 2-seater sofa bed. Oh man, I'm so bad at ordering things online. It takes me weeks, like expensive stuff. It takes me weeks to build up the courage to spend any amount of money over £75. And then I always mess up the order. I'm an idiot. I am an idiot. You know, some people don't like the Beatles. I feel so sorry for them.
Iain Lee's Rude Awakening on Jack FM. Plenty of waffle, but very little syrup.
If I was an astronaut, I'd be floating in midair, and a broken heart would just belong to someone else down there. I would be the center of my lonely universe, but I'm only human, and I'm crashing down to earth. I'm up in space now. Space, man. And I wanna go home. If I was an astronaut, I'd speak to satellites. My navigation systems would search for other life, but I'd be up and thinking about what I left behind, 'cause I'm only human with the real world. Black holes, nothing but space, man. And I wanna go home.
Black bra. I met Sam Ryder. Get this. So I may have told you this story before, and it's not the most interesting of stories. But I went to the Capital Summertime Ball at Wembley Stadium. Jack FM do a similar thing. It's in the room above the pub, and we were sat above like the kind of walkway where the radio host would come out to watch the show, and Sam Ryder came out. Now I didn't see him on Eurovision. I didn't see him at the Royal Pop concert, but he came. First of all, he came on stage and did it, and he was flipping brilliant. And then he came out this little walkway, and I was going, "Boys, look, Sam Ryder," and they were excited. And then someone called him over for a photograph, and he went over for a photograph, but he hasn't yet learnt the thing of taking a photo, maybe 2 or 3, and then going, "I'm really sorry, guys, I've got to go." Because that's a thing you learn when you've been on the telly a bit. It took me a long time to learn it. I don't get asked for photos now, thank goodness. Although, to be honest, it's very pleasing on the ego. The ego's a weird thing, right? I never liked being famous, but I really miss being famous. It's crazy, right? This contradiction can coexist. So he was suddenly, there was a queue forming to have pictures with Sam Ryder, and I grabbed my boys, said, boys, we're going to go and meet him. And we went and met him, and he stood there and he let my boys take 3 or 4 pictures. He gave them the fist bump, and those pictures I treasure. The grins on the faces of my boys. Sorry, I just got a vape. Hang on a second. Oh, no, hang on. I sorry. Sorry, I shouldn't really do that in the studio, but sometimes needs must. The look on the faces of my boys was just marvellous. So or anyone that makes my boys smile, I will always have a soft spot for. You can watch today's show if you're so inclined. If you go to youtube.com/Iain Lee, we have loads of people watching it today. Good morning, everybody on the YouTube. Don't forget you can download the Jack FM app, or you can go to jackfm.co.uk and listen. I think if you're in the region, I think the number's 106 on the radio, but I don't think anybody uses the... Does anyone listen to the radio on a radio anymore? Not a DAB, but, a radio. I don't think anyone does. Ollie says, I wanted my photo taken with someone who did the, sorry, no time, I have to go. It wouldn't have hurt if it wasn't my wife on our wedding day. I think we're going to have a nice chilled show today. Sometimes it gets a little bit shouty and it gets a little bit frantic and frenetic. I'm too tired for that. I make up. It's a Thursday. It's cold. It's dark. You're a little too tired for that. So today, a nice chilled show. How's about them apples? You guys can call in about anything you want. I really just fancy having a chat today. Nothing outrageous, nothing too intense. I just want to chat. 01865 575 106. 01865 575 106. At this time in the morning, it's just me in the studio. Phone up and have a little chat. While I'm doing the show, I am watching the procession past the Queen's coffin. Oh God, that guy looks like Harold Shipman. Oh God, I'm so going to get the sack after today. That's life. Iain Lee's Rude Awakening every weekday from 7 on Jack FM. It's the idiot bell. Now, well done for getting through that, because you were... moments before that, you were... Jordan is a professional, right? There are 2 people in this building right now, me and him. One of us is professional, and I can give you a clue, it ain't me. So just before that... my heart sank because I was talking, and then I looked down and went, oh no, my fader's open. Fader down. Then I looked over to you. You knew it was on. Yeah, because I could hear you talking to whoever you were talking to during the traffic, and I was like, I don't think he's realised. And I was doing this, like trying to get your attention, but you were, and then it switched to news. I was like, all right, I need to do this. You were laughing so hard, and he was laughing, and then went in the news today. It was a beautiful transition. I do that so often, and my heart always sinks because I think, what did I say? Yeah, it's always like, uh-oh. Was it a swear? Because I am quite sweary. Was it a swear? Was it disrespectful to the Queen?